everyone, this is Donna from Even the Scales, and I'm on my channel right now to protect myself from the abuse that I'm going through here in Campbelltown, New South Wales, both in my home and outside my home. Right now, the creep that lives diagonally to me is breathing his filthy cigarette smoke into my home through his rigged range hood that St George Community Housing has rigged. This person hasn't left his home in the past 20 months because St George Community Housing has given him all the tools that he needs to stalk and abuse me 24 hours a day. And he does this for his entertainment. It's his life. It's all he does. If he has left his home in the past 20 months, it hasn't been for very long. This person used to leave their home. Nowadays, they barely even walk out their front or back door. And this is because of their addiction to putting me through suffering and abuse. So yes, he's actually tampering with the air I'm trying to breathe in my home. I'm severely traumatised by this because it's gone on for 10 months. 10 months these people have tampered with my air. 5 years these neighbours have been putting me through psychological abuse. Me being given this unit back in 2020, in October of 2020, was a total setup. For anyone who doesn't know, my landlord, St George Community Housing, partnered with corrupt members of the justice system to try to have me abused to death. So they gave me this unit when I left domestic violence, and it was all a setup. It was all done deliberately. And around in November of 2023, I wrote a letter to the justice system explaining all the injustices that I've been through in regard to the different departments of the justice system that I'd reached out to for help between 2015 and 2023. I wrote that letter because in that period of time, I never got any justice for the abuse that I'd been through. And I was treated very unfairly, and I was even put through more psychological abuse from corrupt police. So I wrote that letter, and since I wrote that letter, the abuse picked up. The abuse got a lot worse. And for the past 20 months, the justice system have been paying members of the community to try and abuse me to death. So right now, I'm being put through very cruel, unthinkable abuse in my home. I mean, you would not think that anything like this would even happen in Australia. You wouldn't. But all of my human rights have been taken away. My free will in life has been taken away. My ability to move around freely and live a life free from abuse has been taken away. I'm put through very cruel, sadistic abuse every day. And since the truth that, like, a lot of lies were spread over my character as well, because of this abuse that was due, the justice system spread lies, and my family spread a lot of lies around, and so did the neighbours around me. And this was so that I wouldn't get any help from people, and it was to purposely isolate me in the community. They assassinated my character. That's what they did. My family are involved in this because they have stolen an inheritance. There's illegal cameras in my home that St George Community Housing has planted in my home. And I'm stalked 24 hours a day by these neighbours, and I'm severely traumatised by what these neighbours have put me through, and this landlord especially, and the Campbelltown police. Severely traumatised to the point where I've only got to smell the slightest skerrick of cigarette smoke, and I'm traumatised, so I go into a panic attack. So I'm having a panic attack now because of what this neighbour's doing. And the Campbelltown Police were just stalking me earlier as well. They do that to encourage the community to put me through abuse. They also do that to remind me that there's no help for me to call on. There's absolutely no help for me to call on whatsoever. And I need urgent help. I do. I went out this morning and I was stalked by hundreds of stalkers on the road and at the shopping centre and in the car park at the shopping centre. And all of those people were there to put me through cruel abuse. The abuse that they put me through is based on things that they watch me do in my house, things that they see me do online. They just watch all that and then they carry out abuse, and that's to let me know that they're watching me. Some of the abuse is also just based on information that they've got from my past, dating right back to my childhood. I'm reading through my writing because I'm a writer, and I wrote about a lot of my experiences, especially with narcissists. And there were people that broke into my home and stole that so that they could base a lot of the abuse that I'm being put through on that information. And it's only just now that I've, I haven't wanted to look at that information since people stole it and tampered with it. But that's what happened, and I'm pretty sure my family members had a lot to do with that, and the justice system. And when I go out, they put me through abuse based on a lot of that information, just to let me know that they've all read it. And it was like private pieces of my soul have been stolen from me and put on display for everyone to see. I'm in my home, and everything I do in my home is put on display for everyone to see. Random members of the community. And yeah, it's unbelievable that this can happen in Australia. And I don't know why it's taken my country so long to help me. It's been a year now. I've cried out for help on my channel just about every day. And the people that are still involved in this abuse, they're the cruelest people left, because when a lot of people found out that the lies that were told that were untrue, a lot of them people have stopped putting me through abuse, but it's just the cruelest people left. And it's also, it's just the cruelest people left, and the ones that have done so much already that they can't get out of it, so they're just trying to kill me. They're trying to kill me with abuse. They're trying to kill me by constantly making me panic. So I was stalked when I went out this morning by many people. They all come towards me to carry out cruel abuse, and I'm just reading back over my writing, and these people are so sick. They really are. They've got to be some of the cruelest people on earth that are responsible for coordinating this abuse, because it's like these stalkers are being recruited on some kind of app, and they're being paid to put me through abuse, and they follow me where I go, and they try and get close to me, and they'll say and do things to let me know that they've read my personal writing. And what my family members did, they actually stole my entire life, my entire legacy. They pillaged on my life. They broke into my home, and they went through everything in my home to try and find something on me. They went through all my writing. They must have taken pictures of every page. And that information has been given out to people. And yeah, that is like pieces of my soul that my family stole. And that they also sit back and they watch me be put through abuse on the camera that's in my home. And I'm abused every day. And it's like my family, they've stolen my inheritance and my life, and they're just sitting back watching this happen, spending my inheritance. And they're hoping that these abusers that are putting me through abuse can continue to just keep abusing me and I pass away. And that's what they're just trying. They're hoping that these people can just hold my life at a standstill so that I can never move forward in life, so that I'll never have anybody, so that I'll never have a partner or anything like that. That would be their worst nightmare, is for me to have a partner, because then they know that I'd have help. And that's another reason why they told lies to everybody. It was so that I would never get in a relationship. And just about everyone in my life has been paid to be a part of this. And right now, the neighbours that are involved in this, these people, the landlord, St George Community Housing, is using mentally disturbed people. These people are mentally disturbed. They enjoy being sadistic, they enjoy being cruel, and they're tampering with the air in my home. And, you know, I can't just move, because if I move, they're just going to do this no matter where I go. Both the justice system and the health system are involved in this. The New South Wales health system and the New South Wales justice system are putting me through this. And it's to cover up for crimes, for abusive cops and abusive members of the community, abusive men mostly, and the women that support them. Some of them pedophiles, some of them have committed violent crimes against women. And I was the victim of these men, and this is why they want me gone. I reported a pedophile to the Campbelltown Police in 2020, and they did absolutely nothing about it. They know that person's living in a community here in Campbelltown. They did nothing about it because it was all a part of the psychological abuse. I've also had information about my health being held back from me, information that I need to know. There's a lot of corrupt doctors out there that have been a part of this abuse as well, that have been paid to deliberately hold back important information about my health and put me through cruel psychological abuse. So right now I'm just making this video first and foremost to protect the air that I'm trying to breathe in my home, because St George Community Housing is still allowing this to happen. They have actually rigged the range hoods in these neighbours' homes. And these neighbours, they just keep having another go at trying to cause me, my heart to race, to try and trigger that heart attack. Because these people somehow believe in their delusional minds that if they can hurry up and kill me, they're going to be okay. And that's because the emergency services here in Campbelltown, New South Wales, are involved in this as well. So if anything was to happen to me, they would delay the ambulance and they would set it up with the police and the ambulance to make it look like an accident. And that's exactly what they intended to do. That's why they rigged the range hoods over the stoves, because they were going to gas me to death. I had to create this channel just to protect myself. This morning I was also stalked by the police when I went out, and emergency services. And they do that just to try and trigger me to have a health episode. Just to remind me of all the abuse they've already put me through, and to traumatise me more. So, yeah, I'm making this video because I want the abuse to stop. I want the abuse of my air to stop. I'm entitled to breathe clean air, St George Community Housing. I'm also entitled to live a life free of abuse. I'm also entitled to live a life of privacy in my home. You need to remove these cameras from my home And you need to fix these range hoods because these people are dangerous. They are mentally disturbed people. And even if they wasn't getting paid to abuse me, they probably still would because of how sadistic they are and how addicted they are to stalking me. It's scary how addicted these people are. They are absolutely obsessed with watching me. Every move I make is watched. And this is so the justice system and my family can have control over my life. And I need urgent help. And yeah, I don't know why it's taken so long for my country to help me. I really don't, because there's leaders that know this is going on. There's leaders of Campbelltown that know this is going on. Because if you lived in Campbelltown or you worked in Campbelltown over the past 20 months, there's no way you could have known that this wasn't going on. So there's leaders of this town that know that this is going on. I don't know why they're not doing anything to help me. I mean, that they know I'm being put through cruel, inhumane abuse. They know that my rights are being abused. Every time I seem to speak up about the environmental crimes that are going on here in Campbelltown, because of the noise and pollution attacks that these men are carrying out that are stalking me, and the women that stalk me at the shopping centres and on the road, that seems to calm down when I speak about the environment. But when it's about me and my rights and my safety, they don't seem to care. So all I can do is keep speaking up about it on this channel and make people aware of what my family have done, what the justice system's done, what the health system's done. There is also a device or a chip or something that has been placed in my body without my knowledge. It was implanted in my body when I went and had a procedure done at the Campbelltown Public Hospital last year. And it was placed there so that people that put me through abuse can watch my vital signs as they abuse me, so that they can see how much I'm panicking, so that if, just say that the police are carrying out abuse and they see me, my heart rate go up and I'm panicking because of the trauma, one of the neighbours will start breathing smoke into my house because they take advantage of the fact that my heart's beating fast, so they try and make it beat faster. And then they'll get abusive men stalking my home that are also viewing into my home illegally, and they'll start stalking my home in loud vehicles just to try and cause more stress. Or someone will see that and then they'll go and start operating a power tool. They all just work together, and they think because they're doing this as a group that they're going to get away with it, and they're not going to get away with it. They're not, because every time one of these people puts me through abuse, I'm going to speak up about it on my channel. And then when you're all caught, you're going to be getting very long jail sentences, because it's attempted murder every time you deliberately make my heart race. So yeah, you can probably see how many times I've had to protect myself from these people. If you go back on my channel and have a look, you know, yesterday there probably would have been about at least 6 times. Today there's probably been about 4 times so far, and you know, some days it's a lot more. So although the abuse has calmed down a lot, I need urgent help, because the people that's still involved are the cruelest and the most ruthless people, and I'm being put through intense abuse in my home. Everywhere I go, I am swamped with stalkers. They come from every direction. And all of these people are there to carry out cruel abuse. And I can't believe there's so many cruel people in the world. I really can't, but there's so many people that are willing to be a part of this. I guess it's not happening to them or their family members, so they don't care. But anyway, my family don't care, because they've stolen money from me and they've stolen my life and my legacy, and I want it back, because it's my life, it's my legacy, and it belongs to me and my grandchildren, and you need to give it back so that I can be safe, so that I can get out of here. So if there's anyone else that can help me, please help me. If you can help me create public awareness about this, that's what I need to do. I need to create as much public awareness of this, because people need to know that the justice system and the health system here in New South Wales are abusing people to death. And it's probably not everybody, but there's a lot of corruption. And I just know in my situation, there's been a lot of doctors and a lot of people that worked for and not just doctors, a lot of people that work for the health system and a lot of people that work for the justice system that are very corrupt. And they have taken money to try and abuse me to death. And then there's my landlord. People need to know that there's landlords out there that are placing illegal cameras in people's homes, rigging their range hoods, and putting these cameras in and just allowing people to view into their home. It's disgusting. It's disgraceful that that's happening. And they also take money from people to view into my home illegally, to watch me be put through cruelty on the dark web. This is St. George Community Housing, and I'm probably not the only person where they've put cameras in their home. I'm sure I wouldn't be. They've probably done this to other people. So please help me if you can. Thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you on the next one.